Hola, Sunshiners. Not sure if anyone is actually awake at the moment, but I am having a nocturnal moment. I typically actually don't sleep very well. I have a very irregular sleeping pattern. But tonight for some reason, or this morning, so actually, good morning, Sunshiners. um, I don't know if any of you guys are actually awake or not. If you are, awesome. This will be way more fun. If no one is awake and you're seeing this later on in the night or in the day, the time in which normal people usually are awake, I'm sorry you missed out on the film. No, I'm just kidding. So this is just going to be a random little fun video. I have absolutely no idea what it is that I'm going to talk about or do. So I guess if you're here, awesome. We'll see what we can do together. Let me adjust this for a minute. Okay, cool beans. Like I said, this is really informal. I actually have my laptop here that I'm gonna just Google some random stuff. So, one thing that I do want to talk about actually is being a cusper, because I feel like cusp babies don't get a lot of attention or a lot of like time of day. Like they just don't really exist. So I actually did a lot of research on this the other day. And actually, this was like 2 nights ago, again, when I couldn't sleep. This is a habit, guys. I am a short sleeper. I function very, very well on like 4 hours of sleep. If I get 4 hours of sleep, I'm good. If I get 5 hours of sleep, I feel like I'm groggy the next day. I'm just a naturally short sleeper. I know that's not really common for a lot of people, but for me, it is my normalcy. I've been like that since before I was a teenager. I just function better on little sleep. That's just me. Um, but again, I need some more water. Man, I'm dehydrated. Anyways, so I did some research the other day to just try and enlighten you guys and all things cusp wise. So for anyone who doesn't know what a cusp baby is or what it means to be a cusper per se, for instance, most of you probably already know, if not by the many times that I mentioned it in my videos, but also it is in my description, is I am a Scorpio Sagittarius cusper. So what does that mean? What does it mean to be a cusp baby? What does it mean to be a cusper? What is a cusp? Um, Essentially what that means is that I was born at a time in which the sun was coming out of one zodiac sign while entering into another zodiac sign. So for myself personally, for Scorpio Sagittarius, that is between the dates of, hold on, I want to be exact, between November 18th through November 24th. If you were born throughout that time frame, that means that the sun was leaving Scorpio's zodiac only to be entering into Jupiter, which is now Sagittarius zodiac. So being a cusp baby is kind of hard. I actually didn't even know what a cusper was, or that I even was a cusp, or that this was even like a thing. I'm going to turn this down some, so I feel like there's a lot of glare. I just brought my computer here to have light, because if not, I'd be in total darkness. um, but it's like really like accentuating my acne, and I really rather you guys not see that. I'm just kidding. I'm just oily because I'm Spanish, and it's a qualm. It's a one of those things you just kind of have to learn to deal with, because Spanish skin and Spanish hair is oily. Not to gross you guys out or anything. um, but anyways, just kind of going back to the topic on hand, is being a cusp baby. When I finally realized that that's what I was, and that's it really opened up my eyes to a lot of things. And I used to read my horoscope. I actually used to not even really be that into astrology and the zodiac signs and stuff. I'll give you even a little bit deeper of my story, my background. I guess that's what we'll do this. We'll make this my little background story, like 2 a.m. hangout, since no one's on here. So a little bit of my background. I growing up, the way that I was able to kind of realize how I was really into spirituality and all that fun stuff is I started out in religion. You know, like most kids, their parents make them go to church, and you know, meet people who are religious, and you have those religious moments and religious experiences. And for me, what I really, really, really appreciate about religion is the standards that it set for myself. Um, it helped me become who I am today. So I am very grateful for my religious background. And one thing that I just never could understand with religion is, you know, all of the restrictions, you know, when it came to the spirituality of it, like, you know, finding yourself and kind of mindfulness and praying and meditating and stuff like that, that resonated with me very, very strongly, and I felt great in those moments. And, but when it came to, you know, oh, you can't do this, or, you know, you've just sinned, or you know, it was really hard for me because I felt as though we were being taught that it was wrong to judge others, but yet anytime that someone did something wrong, or anyone, you know, kind of felt short of the straight and narrow path that was being predicated and preached, it seemed as though everyone would like turn their cheek on that member, or kind of like glare at them and their family, like, oh, I heard she's into drugs, so I don't want to talk to them. Like, well, let's just not invite them to Jenny's birthday party then. You know, it was very confusing for me. So I started out in a religious background, and that helped me out a lot. I then went to a religious private school in Idaho, actually. I went to university there, and I learned a lot. I wanted to go across the country because I wanted to get as far away from my parents as I possibly could. And bless them, love them to death. They're my world. But you know what I mean, like, just wanting that independence. That's Sagittarius in me, just wanted to break free as soon as I could. And the Scorpio in me stayed determined, because for all 4 years in high school, what I had to do was I would go to church school before actual high school. So whereas most kids were getting up at like 6 and getting to school at 7 and being all happy and ready, by 6 I had already been in school. I had already been in my my religious, you know, church school. So I did that for 4 years, and that helped me out because of that I was able to get accepted into this private university. When I was in that university, I learned a lot about myself. I grew a lot. I started to really experiment with the rebelliousness of my Sagittarius side. And at the same time, I struggled a lot with the intensity of my Scorpio side. So, whenever I would read a horoscope, or if I would see like those little Chinese zodiac symbols and stuff at like restaurants and different things like that, I would read the Sagittarius because my birthday falls on November 22nd. So I would read Sagittarius because in most calendars that's what it tells me that I am. And sometimes it would resonate and sometimes it wouldn't. And then I would also read Scorpio every now and then, even before I knew that it was a cusp, just because it was so close. And in other calendars, sometimes I would populate as a Scorpio other than a Sagittarius. And so it was really confusing for me when I was first trying to discover whether or not I liked astrology or whether or not I wanted to accept it as some sort of truth in my life. But the day that I found out that a cusp is a thing, I can't remember the exact story or the exact time in my life when that happened, but when it happened, the day that it happened, I remember having a huge epiphany, a huge, like, mind-boggling moment, and it clicked. It finally made sense. It finally resonated with me, and I was finally able to accept, astrology, and the different zodiac signs, and I started doing my own research with Western astrology versus Vedic astrology versus other forms of spirituality and other different concepts, studies of the planets and how they align and how they all kind of merge and fit together. And doing so, let me read out a couple of things that I found, for instance, for you guys. And I'll make sure that I put the links to these websites in the description box below, just so you can go and make your own realizations for yourself, as if this is something that resonates and you're curious about. So on tarot.com, it states, no matter your birth date, there's only one answer. No one actually has two signs. But if you were born within a few days of the sun's move from one zodiac sign to the next, this means you were born on the cusp. And you might feel an influence from two different signs. So what I'm getting from this, and what I've come to understand for myself, and just through different articles and books that I've read and different realizations that have helped me conclude this answer, is that those who are born on the cusp babies or cuspers, whatever it is that you want to call them, is you are your own zodiac sign. So think about that for a minute. There's 12 zodiacs, right? And if of those 12, there's 12 other people out there who are born on the cusp, that's now 24 signs. But understand too that with every zodiac sign, there's two possible cuspers. You could be a Scorpio Sagittarius like myself, or you could be a Libra Scorpio cusper. Instead of being a Scorpio Sagittarius like I am, you could be a Sagittarius Capricorn. So now we're getting into a different world of zodiac signs and astrology, one in which you're coming to the realization that if you are born on those dates, in between the sun's move from one sign to the next, and you do happen to land on the cusp, this is why tarot readings, horoscopes, why anytime that, you Google your sign, it never fully resonates. You Google the personality traits, and sometimes they click, sometimes they don't. You'll be on Pinterest pinning, planning your perfect dream wedding, or planning that perfect outfit, or getting Halloween ideas, whatever it is that you're doing, and you Google and you search this stuff and you research it, and some of the things that it says resonates, and some of the stuff it says doesn't. Now keep in mind also, you do have to look at your entire birth chart. I understand that too. I'm strictly only talking about sun signs at the moment. I can do another video on moon signs and rising signs and Venus and Mars and your Jupiter sign and all that fun stuff in another video. But what I'm strictly talking about right now is from a sun sign perspective. If you're born on a cusp and this relates to you, then that's who I'm talking to right now. And to people now. Anyways, that doesn't mean that being a cusper is always sunshine and rainbows. The energies of your two signs may clash. So, being born on the cusp does come with its perks, does come with its advantages. I mean, you have influences of two signs, not just the one. And that can be pretty cool, and it can help you kind of feel very powerful and unique and special and true to yourself and true to your power. And it's true. It is really, really nice and fun. It makes, reading your horoscope a lot more juicier, because you're like, ooh, I just read the Scorpio, but I don't really like that one. So I'll pick Sagittarius. This will be my my horoscope for the day or for the week. But likewise, it also does come with its not so great parts. If you're born on a cusp of two energies, of two zodiac signs that do not resonate well with one another, then you start to borderline into a rocky road, a difficult area, a part where you have added challenges in your life. Challenges talking and communicating with others, challenges trying to understand yourself. And that's really where I think the biggest challenge is. If you are one of the cuspers who are born with two very not inconsistent but unreliable signs with one another. You know how you guys can look up two zodiac signs and be like, oh, am I compatible with this one? Well, imagine that's just you knowing your sun sign and that only being your sign, and knowing, for instance, Leo and Scorpio. I'm going to use these two because I feel like I talk about them a lot. But Leo and Scorpio, for instance, Leo is a fixed sign, Scorpio is a fixed sign, and Leo tends to be very romantic in their love offerings, and Scorpio tends to be very dramatic and intense when it comes to love. So sometimes those two, if they were to get in a relationship together, they don't mix well, because the intensity of a Scorpio, the dramaticism of a Scorpio can sometimes be intriguing to a Leo, and the beauty of a Scorpio can be intriguing to a Leo. But the intensity there can be the hindrance between the two, not communicating fully their deepest secrets, and being that way can be a downfall, a pitfall for that couple. But that's just two different individuals. Now take an individual within themselves and give them the embodiment of two zodiac signs that clash with one another. You see how that can be a problem? It's great whenever you have two zodiac signs that read really well with one another and help one another, and strengthen each other, so that you therefore are a stronger person and more in tune with your power. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and list out the top 5 cuspers with the most inner conflict. So this is coming directly from astrology.com, and again, I'll list down all of the links that I'm using in this short little video. So, number 5, Aquarius Pisces cusper. An Aquarius Pisces cusper, you're often riddled with symptoms of depression. These two major aspects of your sun sign are never really balanced. It is like a seesaw that just never really gets scaled to perfection. You're very super sensitive, like to the needs of others. You're nearly psychic with your mindfulness and your intuitiveness. You're aggressive in your desire to appease your own ego. You're extroverted, but you also have a deep need to be isolated, to isolate yourself from others. You're goal-oriented, but the problem with that is you're a procrastinator. You feel completely misunderstood. You have a constant pull between extremes, mixed with an ongoing struggle to feel as though you do fit in somewhere. Typically, people who are in Aquarius Pisces, they often end up advocates for social causes or on again, off again artists or humanitarians. So, Aquarius Pisces, you're not alone, all right? If you're born between February 15th through February 21st, congratulations. You are an Aquarius Pisces cusper. Welcome to the Cusp Baby Club. All right. So, number 4. Cancer Leo. Why is a Cancer Leo cusper struggling? Because the Cancer aspect is very emotional. And Leo is very aggressive. So you're taking an emotional zodiac sign and trying to mix it with an aggressive zodiac sign. It does not perfectly fit. You're someone who is constantly in a battle with yourself, but more importantly with other people. You're super prone to mood swings, constantly trying to temper your own desires. You're very outspoken, but you're also very confrontational. You have an overwhelming sense of guilt and self-doubt. Whenever you do finally have the nerve to speak your mind. You never seem to be quite sure of yourself. And you're almost like a Gemini. Like you tend to always have a dual reaction to anything that bothers you. You're overly sensitive, also overly assertive. Together, this combination can be super tumultuous. Again, if you're born between August 19th and August 25th, I'm sorry. Why did I say that? July 19th and July 25th. See, Cancer, Leo, you're not alone, baby. Baby boy, baby girl, you're not alone, all right? No one in this world is perfect. We're all human. We all make mistakes. I'm not saying that you're making a mistake just by being born in this zodiac sign. But you know what I mean. Just understand that you're not alone. Try to harness, that aggression into something positive. And I know times are rough and your emotions can seem to kind of seesaw its way into your life, but if you can harness both your emotions and aggressive in a positive light, then there's nothing you can do in this world. So that was number 4. In the number 3 spot, what do we got? We have Libra Scorpio. So if you were born between October 19th through October 25th, then congratulations. You are a Libra Scorpio cusper. This is considered the beauty and the beast sign. You embody both. People born in the Libra Scorpio cusp often lack self-awareness, are super aggressive, also super sensitive. You feel tons of remorse whenever you argue with others, but you also struggle just to feel okay within yourself. This is a super rare kind of person, so remember that. Remember that you're unique. Remember that you're amazing. You also desire balance and you desire beauty. And you deal with very deep, intense feelings, often of jealousy, which do most of the time end up quietly running your life. So that's where your struggle comes in your cusp sign. All right. You also tend to be compulsive. You speak your mind for better or for more often for worse. And you are magnets to drama, Leo, Scorpio. You are, without realizing it though, do tend to kind of create the drama in your life yourself. You claim to want passionate relationships and stability, but for you, it's very difficult to create and to maintain relationships. All right. In the number 2 spot, what do we got? We got a Scorpio Sagittarius. Man, oh man. Do you see now why this is important to me, guys? All right. So if you were born between November 18th through November 24th, then you are part of the Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, which, by the way, is called the cusp of the revolution. So remember that. A Scorpio Sagittarius is rebellious. They are loving. We are adventurers. We're very social, but we also tend to be perpetual children. No comment. We embody a young, wild, and free attitude. And I actually had to look this up. I don't know why it took me this long. I don't know why it took me all this time in my life to realize that this was a word and that this was the thing. I didn't know. But I looked up FOMO. For you guys who don't know what that is, it's a fear of missing out. So that acronym, basically that fear, we're constantly having anxiety that an exciting or interesting event may currently be happening elsewhere, often aroused by posts seen on social media websites. So that does, kind of develop this fear of missing out within ourselves. So we struggle with that a lot, which may be another reason why I'm not asleep right now. Just kidding. Anyways, deepest loves are often the most secretive. I can attest to that. You know who you are if you are watching this. I have a secret love that no one really knows about. That's all I'll say. We tend to self-sabotage our relationships out of fear that they could one day hold us back in some way. And I, again, can attest that this is, in fact, truth. I don't know how many times in my life I've probably been with a person who was very kind and sweet and nice to me, and I kind of just broke their little heart because I was scared that if the relationship were to continue, that they would in some way impede me from expanding and growing and being the free little bird that I am, and that's something that's really important to me. So I apologize if you're reading this video and I am describing you. Sorry. um, we also tend to be appalled by authority. That is like, that's a Scorpio Sagittarius, like all day long. I hate authority. I hate. Hate is a strong word, so I'll take that back. I highly dislike authority. I'm like super against, like that. Anyways, we'll move on. We tend to be interesting and stylish. We often develop our very own unique career paths, which allow us a degree and flexibility and autonomy. So that's actually the best way to kind of explain it, is we have this desire, Scorpio Sagittarius, to, the reason that we're so against authority is that most of the time authority in our mindset is completely wrong, or they have like an outdated way of doing things. And Sagittarius, period, is with Jupiter, it's the planet of like, hold on, I want to be exact with you guys. I don't want to give you BS answers. It's the planet of more. Okay? Scorpio is the sign of can't get enough. So you're literally taking Sagittarius, which is all about overindulgence, all about that's not enough, I want more. Oh, you're gonna give me that? Oh, that's still not enough, I want more. Oh, I don't have this. Okay, I need to go out and get it then. You know, it's all about more. And now you're adding in Scorpio's I can't get enough attitude, I can't get enough, personality. That's where you get that sort of repulsion for authority figures, because I personally have seen in my own life that it's not so much that I don't respect you and your position of authority, because I do respect people and all that they do. I respect police officers. I respect, my government officials, whether I agree with them or don't agree with them. I respect my bosses and stuff like that, because they're in their position for a reason. But when it comes to certain things, I will do things my way before I do them your way, because and 99% of the time, what ends up happening is they get frustrated and they talk to me, or they pull me aside and they say, hey, I saw that you didn't do the reporting like I wanted you to. And I'll be like, yeah, but I did the reporting, didn't I? But like, sure, that's true, but it's really imperative to the company that you do it this way. And we're like, all right, but yet 6 months down the road, I'm the one getting promoted for the job, whereas my coworker who's been working at the company for 15, 16 years did it your way, and look at where he's at. So it's the sense of autonomy. It's a sense of self-government. Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion and growth. So I will say this, Sagittarius period tends to be very, very lucky. So even though they are very rebellious, and even though they do have the tendency to want to disagree with what authority figures in their life are telling them to do, 99% of the time, Jupiter, with its all glory luck, comes in, typically last minute though. That's the catcher. It looks like, shit's about to hit the fan, and then all of a sudden, bam, Jupiter kicks in, and it's like, okay, hallelujah, you did it. You worked out. It worked out for you. So, that being said, Scorpio Sagittarius, you are number 2 on the list for Hi, someone just commented on there. You haven't missed much, girly. I don't know. Sorry, I missed your name, but hi, welcome. I'm just listing out the top 5 cusp signs with the most inner conflict, and we're on number 2. Hi, Cecilia. Hi, Nunya. Oh, nice to see you. Hope you're having fun. What time is it where you're at, by the way? Are you in the U.S.? I'm just curious. Anyways, so we're on number 2, which is Scorpio Sagittarius. It's also my own zodiac sign, so I'm just giving my own personal feedback on it. The other thing too with a Scorpio Sagittarius is you always tend to be on the go. And you do tend to have let me see, it's midnight, Los Angeles. Oh, sweet, LA, that's awesome. Well, Cecilia, it may be maybe midnight in LA, but it is currently almost 3 a.m. where I'm at. I'm on the East Coast, near DC, basically. Cool beans. Well, thank you for joining. The other thing, too, with the Scorpio Sagittarius is we're always on the go, and we typically tend to be the most fun-loving of all your friends, so cool beans. You have a desire to settle down with the right person. Nice to meet you too. Have a desire to settle down with the right person in the right place. You'll find a kind of joy. Here's the thing with the Scorpio Sagittarius is that you do tend to self-sabotage your own relationship. So even though you have the desire to settle down with the right person and in the right place, you tend to self-sabotage because, again, you're freedom-loving. You love your freedom. So you're going to get to a point where you're going to start self-doubting yourself and self-doubting that person and questioning whether or not they're going to affect your freedom in the future. So that's where that self-sabotage comes in. But if you're able to control that, then you'll find a kind of joy that you've just never experienced before. So number 1, most self-conflicted cusp sign that there is, if you were born between January 16th through January 22nd, then I'm talking about you, the Capricorn Aquarius cusp. It is the most conflicted of all the cusp signs. You're blessed with a wildly rich interior life. Most inner conflict comes from that same blessing. What does that mean? It means that your best times in life are when you are alone. And you tend to not be very talkative. You tend to drift into la la land a lot. But because you're so comfortable being alone, even in your own thoughts, whenever you do snap back into reality, it can hurt. It can hurt you. And you feel really odd with yourself. You have a keen desire for freedom as well, and you also have a need for security. So the Capricorn in you, requires security, but at the same time, the Aquarius in you wants this freedom. So that's where that clash comes from. But you're very creative. You have a need for structure. You're a very great communicator, but the problem is it's impossible to explain your boredom because you are consistently always bored with this reality that we live in because you're so comfortable just being in your own inner thoughts. So, all right, well, those were the top 5 most conflicted cusp signs. So what are you up to? You want me to give you a personal reading since you're up? I was just, kind of chat. So if you want something, let me know. I am happy to read for you, girly. All right, Cecilia. All right. So, Cecilia, let's see. What can we do for you? Cecilia from LA. You're a Taurus. Ooh. All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. So, Cecilia, this is what I'll do for you. Let's do a... I'm going to pull out some oracle cards for you, too, just to clarify. And let's see. Your partner is an aqua. Nice. A Taurus and an aqua. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So, Cecilia. Lots of difficulty. Oh, man. That's okay. It's okay. Love isn't meant to be easy. That's why it's worth it. That's why everyone wants it. It's like you know, the most rarest things in life are really hard to get, right? But once you get them, you feel the most satisfied because it did take a lot of hard work and effort to achieve. So I think that this will be fun. All right, Cecilia from LA, what are the messages necessary for you in love? There you go. There's the spirits. First card out for you, Cecilia, is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So I'm getting a lot of your aqua vibes right now. So you know what? Actually, I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to pull out 5 cards. And the first 2 will be for your aqua. The next 2 will be your energy. And then the last one will be the advice. So let's see. From Cecilia from LA. What are the messages in love for Cecilia from LA right now? Taurus, dealing with an aqua. Ha. Ha. Okay, actually, I wanted only 5, but if the message calls for more, then I'll read them all. Okay. Gotta love that soulmate energy, right? All right, Cecilia. So what's going on right now? So like I said, I do see a lot of your aqua's energy popping up right now. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, followed by lots of wands. We've got the 9 of wands reversed. In your energy field, however, I see you as the Page of Swords and the Death card. So did you guys, I know you said that there is some conflict, so possibly some type of disagreement or argument. With your aqua, they seem to be going through a lot of transition, and you are too. With them, I'm going to go ahead and move this upright because I already know it's their energy. With them, it's funny because they're aqua and I'm seeing a lot of air in their chart and I'm seeing a lot of that fluid movement. They seem to be kind of almost like they're focusing in on a past, I don't want to say betrayal, but a past argument, and they're just like not budging and they're not wanting to let this go. And you, on the other hand, you're over here like, geez, just let it go already. Like, so what if I spend a little extra money on myself this month? What does it matter, you know? And it's not like it pissed you off because you are trying to be really understanding about it, but it did kind of wake you up to a realization on something. So you're either about to realize something or you did just realize something about this person, almost like you're realizing that that's just how this person is. That they take things to heart very quickly. And it did, because right after the Death card, I'm seeing the Tower, and then we've got this guy. So you guys are in love. You guys do care about one another. He or she cares about you, and you care about them clearly enough. But it's almost like they're studying, they're really focusing in on their studies, or they're really focusing in on their money at the moment, and that's why they're not able to let go on like petty differences that you guys are having, because their focus and their energy isn't on just a relationship. Maybe they're having difficulties at work, and that's why it's transitioning into like your love life. They're getting frustrated either at work or at school, and that negative energy that they're sensing from there is transitioning into your love life at home. So that's why you guys are having so many difficulties. On your end, I see you being really sharp-tongued and really to the point. Like, you know, if, for instance, if you guys were arguing about, you know, the dishes didn't get cleaned, or maybe they were like 10 or 30 minutes late to pick you up for a date or something like that. If that were the argument, you look at it and you say, you know what, yes, I messed up, or yes, vice versa, you messed up, but I'm not going to linger on it. I don't see I don't see any good coming from me lingering in on this conversation. And you're very direct in that. You're telling this person how you feel, and you're just kind of being like, look, listen to me. I get that you're trying to communicate to me, and I get that you're upset at the moment, but you also need to realize that I am going through my own stuff too. And it's almost like you feel like you're being the really passionate, compassionate person. Um, it could be maybe even an argument about like an ex-partner or an ex-job or something strong that they had in the past. Um, but when you do have this argument, you have this awakening about this person, and you realize, this is just kind of how they are. This is, how some people like kind of take everything to an extreme. Perhaps that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up from your aqua, or it could be you, vice versa. But when this does happen, or whenever, this does happen with you guys, just understand that you feeling like he's just rather play third parties. Okay. Almost to a defense mechanism, feeling like it's just he'd rather play third parties activity. Huh. Okay, so you feel like he's putting more of his energy into third party, like other stuff, rather than giving you the attention. Okay, so that would explain where all that fluid energy is coming from. Okay. Um, okay. That makes sense. That really helps me make sense of this reading now. Okay. Um, so I mean, it's nothing bad. It's just kind of, you have to be a little patient. Like yeah, it sucks, and yeah, I totally get it, because I personally hate that. I mean, I'm a Scorpio Sag, and like my Scorpio in me, like when I'm into someone, I'm into you. Like I want you to give me your full attention. Like I get that I get really pissed off if they don't give me the time of day, or I feel like they don't care about me enough to give me the time of day. Um, but what I just recently realized actually is that, likewise, I can't really expect someone to give me their full time and attention if they're busy on something productive. Like if it's school, or if it's work, or if it's hanging out with his homies, there's differences in that level. So like if you feel like he's taking most of his time and spending it mainly just with like hanging out with his buddies at like the bar or something, or playing pool, versus he's taking all his time working hard to make more money so you guys have a better future, there's differences. Ah, he's drinking a lot. Okay, so maybe that's your tower moment. Maybe that's what you're realizing. You're kind of having that like moment where you're just like, I have to decide. Do I really want to tolerate this? Do I really, 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 really like you to the point where I want to handle this, even though it's driving me up the wall and it's causing all these explosive, arguments and frustration and conflict? Okay, that makes more sense. Let me pull out a few more cards for you. Um, hmm. Anytime that there's an issue with like drinking, or like smoking, or like just wanting to party and stuff like that, for me, I know, because I mean, like I said, I live near DC, so like partying, like, is something that I can really easily get to. Escapism. Escaping the real world, right? Exactly. All right, so you seem really sad. Are you sad? I see the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups upright, and followed by the Six of Swords. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So I don't know how long you've been with this person, but, let them know. Yeah, it really seems like you're waking up to your own power, because remember beforehand, we did have the Hierophant in here, so you are waking up to your own power. It's been a really long time. Okay. So you do seem really sad. You seem like this is a really emotional offer for you, and you've been dealing with this for a really long time, and you want to get here. You want to get to your happy card. You want to get to your your 10 of Cups, your 10 of Pentacles. I actually like the 10 of Pentacles a lot more than the 10 of Cups, honestly, just because, like, I feel like sometimes the 10 of Cups, yeah, it is the ultimate fulfillment card, but it can also be too emotional, and when you're too emotional in a relationship, you sometimes lose a part of yourself. But a 10 of Pentacles relationship, as you can see in the background, not only is it a happy family card, it's a grounded kind of love, and you can have that. You really, really can. At the moment, it's reversed because at the moment, you're still deciding whether or not you want to let this person go. You're still deciding whether or not you want to keep fighting the battle, or if you want to just kind of take yourself, your love, and as painful as it is, kind of walk away from the situation because it doesn't seem to be improving. If this is a conversation you've had with this person time and time and time again, and you've spoken your truth and you've let them know, hey, you're hurting me every time you leave, and I'm begging you to stay, every time that I tell you, hey, I have a few moments that we can chat and we can hang out and we can have like a romantic dinner or a date or something sweet, you walk away, you leave me hanging, you decide to just kind of blow me off. How long am I going to tolerate this? How long am I not worth it to you? Like, however deep and intense these conversations are at the moment, understand that it really is up to you to decide, am I going to keep putting up with this? Am I going to keep allowing you to not give me the respect and love that I deserve? Now, understand too that there's two sides to every story. I realize that you said that there's some escapism, and it could be maybe too that with this Wheel of Fortune over here, that every time he escapes, he is, doing it for, maybe past heartache. Every time he escapes, maybe he's doing it because of a past betrayal or past hurt or past damage. Whatever that may be, open up and talk to him too, because it could be something that, maybe if you give him an ultimatum, he'll finally wake up to the realization that, oh my gosh, I am messing this up, and this is a really good relationship, and I really love her, and I really care about her. I say that because I truly believe that every reading should end on a positive note. And for me, the positive side here is, you seem to be really in tune with your own power. You seem to be really accepting and coming to the realization that maybe this isn't something that's going to fully benefit you in the long term. And if what you want is not going to be, if what you're experiencing now is not going to benefit you 5-10 years from now in the future, if that's not what you want to see yourself and that's not how you want to align your spirits, then, maybe it is time to say goodbye. Right now, too, and I'll let you know because I was actually doing this too before you hopped on, is at the moment we are going through a lot of changes when it comes to that exactly. For instance, we have Neptune that's in retrograde. And the beautiful thing about Neptune is that, it's our planet of dreams. It's the planet of spirituality. It's the planet of personal possibilities. And it being in retrograde helps it become more difficult to ignore the truth. So what I'm seeing here for you is, it's almost like you're having a wake-up call. Like, this is your wake-up call. Like it or not, you're coming to the realization that this is, it's a powerful breakthrough, and it's telling you that you can no longer ignore this bad relationship that you've kind of allowed yourself to stay in, for whatever reason, whether it be for doubt or whatever reason it is, Neptune being in retrograde right now, it's giving you the opportunity now to wake up and realize, hey, I don't have to tolerate this anymore. The other thing too to understand is, with every big challenge, with every big hardship that comes your way, you're gonna start seeing, and when those have those like moments of like epiphany where like that little voice comes in your head and it talks to you and it says, hey, you shouldn't tolerate this, you shouldn't deal with this, listen to it. That's your intuition talking to you. Listen to your intuition, listen to what it's telling you, listen to it, how it guides you. I mean, it brought you here, right? So definitely going to give myself the love more often rather than giving it away. He struggles with intimacy, has lots of trauma, been a lesson, and taught me much. So it definitely sounds like it might be a karmic relationship. So I'm sorry to hear that, baby girl. But understand, good things are coming your way. You do have the potential to have that 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups offer. I do see yourself giving yourself to someone in the near future, or someone coming to you, possibly a fire sign. So if you have someone already kind of in mind, or someone that you've kind of had your eye on regardless, just understand that you are going to have good things coming your way, whether it be in finances, whether it be in love. You're going to have amazing things coming your way. Just stay a little positive. But since you're still here, what I'll do is I'll pull out a couple of oracle cards for you too, just to see if there's any other additional messages that might help you along your path. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Fun stuff. This is my Conscious Spirit Oracle deck. I love, love, love this deck. It is like the most beautiful thing. Like, the picture is amazing. Even like this. I just feel like it's so pretty. And it smells delicious, as weird as that might sound. Alright, so what's going on? What are the messages for Cecilia from LA? What are the messages for Cecilia from LA right now in love? Please give us the messages that are necessary for Cecilia in the highest love, the highest light. Please give us the positive messages that Cecilia needs at the moment. What are the messages in love that are needed for Cecilia from LA? Please, thank you. Alright. Alright, Cecilia. So this is what I'm getting for you. First things first, gratitude. Find your bliss, what we were just talking about. Celebrate life, and then least but not least, nurturing heart. Gratitude. I'm grateful for everyone and everything in my life and the lessons each brings. So remember how we were talking about those lessons. It sounds that more than likely this is a karmic relationship, and you've come to that realization. You've come to that understanding. You're acknowledging for yourself that I am grateful for everything that I've been given in this life, but in order for me to grow truly as a person, I have to accept all, including lessons, including hardships, including broken hearts, because out of all of that comes blessings. Out of all of that pain, I become stronger. Find your bliss. I am following a path I love, and I'm fully aligned to my soul purpose. I can definitely attest to that. I know personally, when I was first starting on my own spiritual journey and you know, finding all this fun stuff, I would have a lot of synchronistic moments. You clicking on this video and getting the opportunity to have a personal reading done, and having oracle cards written for you that are speaking the same message that we just had. This is synchronicity working its way in your life. This means that you're staying true to yourself. You're listening to your spirit guides. You're listening to your intuition, and you're growing. You're waking up. That's good. Keep following your bliss. Keep following your passions. Celebrate life. I celebrate every day by honoring and respecting all life on Mother Nature, on Mother Earth. So remember again, even though this is going to be painful, even though this is going to be hard, find the joy in it. Find the celebration. Remember the good times. Remember the good moments. Remember the good aspects of this person in your life, because clearly you've been with them for a while. You care about them deeply. You've learned a lot. You're not the same person you were when you first started dating them. And celebrate that. Celebrate where you are now compared to where you were when you first met them. Because you've grown and they've grown. They've taught you stuff and you've taught them stuff. Whether they want to accept those lessons, that's on them. That's their karma. Don't worry about it. He has to figure it out on his own time. But you've done your own work. You're doing your own self-work, and that's a beautiful thing. So celebrate. And as hard as it may be, in the process of saying, you know, goodbye to the old and hello to the new and what's going to benefit you, you know, remember to respect that person as well. Finally, and not least, a nurturing heart. Mother, I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. Again, it's going to be hard saying goodbye, but in the process of saying goodbye, remember that you are deserving of love. You are a compassionate, loving spirit, and you have angels and spirit guides who are guiding you. You have many beautiful people in your life who care about you deeply and want to see you be fruitful and happy. I being one of them. All right, Cecilia, I'm rooting for you. I'm cheering for you, girlie. You deserve this. And remember to stay aware and to stay attuned to your own intuition, because it's guiding you in the right direction. So throughout all of this, stay nurturing, stay compassionate, stay loving towards this person, maybe not in the same way, or whatever way it is that you decide to go, but remember that you do also have to be respectful of that person. Even if they aren't respectful to you, that's on them. That's their karma. That'll be on them, how the universe wants to decide to fix or situate that situation. But you on your own, for your own sake and for your own sanity, make sure that you leave things on a good note from your perspective, because the last thing you want to do is, doubt yourself, because doubt kills your intuition. All right. Thank you so much, Cecilia, for sharing. That was awesome. Thank you for letting me read for you. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Toffee. My soulmate is married and narcissistic. Should I retreat from the connection? What to do to help him? I always got the religious factors card with him. He is a Sag. Whew. Okay. I'm glad I could help you, Cecilia. Love you, girlie. You got this. All right, Toffee. Whew. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I will be very open and honest with you, Toffee. Whether they're married or not, that's not really like a thing to me. That's not really like a I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this. That's not a deal breaker for me, and this is why. Because there's a lot of people who get married out of convenience. If that makes at all any sense to you. For instance, there's people who get married just for the sake of getting, a tax break whenever they get their paychecks every month. That could be a convenience factor. Some people get married just for the sake, the sake of helping out a friend. Like, for instance, let's say someone, has kids and isn't able to afford their own health coverage. They'll get married with a good friend, not because they're together, but just because they're friends, to get better health coverage for that person and their family. So there's a lot of random little weird kinks in the system that could potentially be why this person is still married, but yet seeing other people. They could very easily be married still to that person, like never officially getting a divorce, but separated, and they're both equally seeing other people. So if that's the case, that to me has never really been an issue. Religious factors or not, I mean, if you mean religious as in both of your values don't line up, that could be one thing. Another thing, hold on, before I start your reading, let me just light up another sage. Alrighty. I just like to cleanse before I do readings, in between readings, because I feel like you get a more honest reading that way. Plus, it's like a sparkler, right? Get those 4th of July vibes. Alrighty. So, you're a Gemini, dealing with someone who's a bit narcissistic. Not sure if you should leave the connection or not. Gemini. Geminis are really flaky sometimes. I dealt with a Gemini once, and he was like the most confusing person in the entire world. One minute he knew what he wanted, next minute he didn't know what he wanted, next minute he just didn't want anything at all. It was just so confusing. So I can kind of understand what you mean by like that narcissistic wanna be energy. Whew. All right. And where are you located, by the way? I am near DC on the East Coast, so it is like 3 a.m. right now where I'm at. All right. For my fellow gem, what are the messages of love that are necessary? What are the messages in love that are necessary? Just tell me what the messages are for love for this person, Gemini. What are the messages that are necessary for my fellow Gemini in love? What are the messages that are necessary for me? What are the messages that are necessary? Ah, cusper. Okay. Well, whoa. Fun fact, I have a friend whom stays married and he has an arrangement to openly seek partners out of the marriage. Even came knocking on my door recently. He's Cancer, Gemini, cusp. Yeah, it happens. I told you guys. Convenient marriages are actually a lot more common than a lot of people think. They really, really are. All right, well, for my Gemini, what is the message in love for the Gemini who's watching this video? What are the messages in love for the Gemini who's watching? What are the messages in love? What are the messages in love for watching this? What are the messages in love? I get it. Not a lot of people expect people to be married out of convenience. It's not very, it's not like a common practice. It's not like it's openly written out that, hey, you know, marry me just because I want a tax break, or marry me because I, you know, need it for legal reasons. Marry me just because, you know, I don't want to seem like I'm alone, even though I am. You know, it's a different thing that not a lot of people would understand, but for the people who it works out for, you know, more power to them. All right. So, for that fellow Gemini in love, what are the messages in love for you? Okay, so I see that you're doing a lot more of the offering than they are. So maybe that's what you mean by narcissistic energy. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, directly followed by the King of King of Swords. So maybe they're not communicating to you, and that's why I wanted to say Wands. Maybe they're ignoring you because you're facing this way. You're trying to offer, but they're like straight up just got their hand up like, nah, I don't want you. Leave me alone. You know, I'm busy. I got my own life over here. Just leave me alone type of thing. And it's driving you crazy, making you feel as though, you know, well, what are you doing then? Why don't you want to talk to me? Why don't you want to be clean with me? 5 of Wands energy could be that maybe they're, you know, partying a lot, or maybe vice versa. You're like thinking that they're partying a lot when in reality they're at home just laying on their couch, just being a couch potato, but they're just not picking up the phone to talk to you. Or maybe, just maybe, it is that when you guys are together, you guys have an amazing connection. You guys have crazy, fun, loving energy. But it seems like the minute that they're no longer in your presence, that's when you get conflicted. That's when you get confused, because it seems like in person, the relationship is great. The relationship is awesome. The relationship is amazing. Like, emotionally, you feel fulfilled. You know, physically, you feel fulfilled, for lack of a better term. In bed, you guys are rocking it out and stuff, but like, yet for some odd reason, you've got two of Wands reversed. They distance themselves from you. So in person, you feel like this person is your whole world, and vice versa. You feel like they're giving you all the attention and all the affection in the world, like you're their world as well. But yet, the minute that you guys are no longer in the same room, you don't feel that anymore. You feel as though they're distancing themselves from you. And that's where all this Page energy comes from. I see Page of Swords reverse. So because they're distancing themselves from you, now you feel like you want to get a little revengeful. You feel like you want to be like, all right, you don't want to talk to me, you want to be mean, I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste of your own medicine then. next time that we do hang out, I'm going to slice you out. I'm going to ensure that, you know, maybe it's a legitimate reason, but I'm seeing a lot of petty fights going on. So what I mean by that is maybe for some reason, I'm going to use this as an example. Like, let's say you guys were going to hang out. I take that back. I'm seeing a lot of third-party energy. Either this person is still talking to their wife, their husband, whoever it is that they're married to still, or you just recently found out by someone else that they just recently hung out with that third-party person, and it pissed you off, and that's why you're feeling Page of Swords right now, like you want to slice their throats, like you want to tell them off, you want to tell them how you truly feel. But at the same time, it's reversed because you're not doing it, you're not acting upon it, you're thinking about doing it, but you haven't said or done anything to this person yet. And at the same time, you're feeling Six of Swords. I'm gonna put them upright now that I know that it's your energy. You're feeling very Six of Swords, and what's crazy there is that, you know, it's like you care about this person so much that you want to hurt them like they've hurt you, as weird as that sounds, because you feel that if you can get them to understand how you felt betrayed by that third party energy, then they'll open up their eyes and realize, oh geez, you know, that does suck. I shouldn't do that to this person. I shouldn't be, you know, that much of a jerk. I should be more open-minded. I should be more considerate of my partner's emotions and my partner's feelings, whether I'm legitimately, you know, actively pursuing my partner or not, or whether I'm just married for the convenience of being married. Whatever the situation may be, you know, we all have our own situations, regardless of what it is. It's almost like you're feeling, now that you've realized that this person is still, you know, keeping tabs with their partner, with their husband, wife, whatever on paper that they're with, but not actually that they're separated from. You're getting to a point now where it's like, I've been very accepting and I've been very open to you and I've been very honest with you, but you can't be honest with me. I mean, it doesn't matter if it was just like a 5-minute trip to McDonald's you took with her. I want to know, you know. I feel that I am deserving of that much respect, at least. Like, you should respect me enough to tell me if you're going to be hanging out with your ex still. You should respect me enough to let me know, oh, hey, by the way, when you come over, I just saw her again, you know, just FYI. But they're not giving you that time of day, and it is making you feel in the dark. It is making you feel like you're carrying all the burdens of this relationship. Like, they're able to be free to go do whatever it is they want with whomever they want. That's how you feel, and it's making you feel like, I want to cut you so bad. I want to make you feel this pain so bad, so then you'll understand why this hurts me so much. So then you'll understand why I'm trying to talk to you about this. That's why there's wands, because there's communication. You're talking to them, they're just not grasping the concept. And that's why you want to cut them out. That's why you want to do something kind of as revenge. So it doesn't necessarily mean like cheating or anything like that. It could just be something like as small, or not even small, but like just something that's going to irritate them, something that'll get under their skin, you know what I mean? Like, you know this person more than I do, so whatever it is that you know would get under the skin, you're kind of like in your mind like plotting, like, what am I going to do to make this person, you know, understand what it is that I'm feeling. So I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards too for you. Let's see. And fellow Leo, welcome to the party, Crystal. Where are you from, Crystal? I'm from near DC. Glad you can join. By Baltimore. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I used to work in Baltimore. I used to work for T-Mobile. I was a manager at one of their stores. That's my mom's. I am. Oh, okay. So what's your name? So if you're not Crystal, what's your name? Good old Baltimore. I'm a boy, Marvin. All right, Marvin. You want me to do a personal reading for you now that you joined the family? Now that you joined the team? You joined the club? The early risers slash people who don't ever sleep club. All right. Yes. All right, I got you, Marvin. Root chakra. For that fellow Gemini that you were having that issue with your married person. Root chakra, baby. I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. You know what's funny? That root chakra is directly next to solar plexus chakra. I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. So, again, you need to question for yourself whether or not this relationship is actually truthful, whether this relationship is actually something genuine from that other person's perspective, not from yours. Because from your perspective, you wouldn't be here asking me questions if it wasn't truthful from your perspective. But it almost seems like you're feeling as though this is more of a lustful relationship, more based on sex than it is on love and liking the other person and genuinely wanting to get a no for the other person. And that's why we're getting both root and sacral chakra. So question yourself in that. Right after that, we have third eye chakra. So you're definitely feeling out of balance. It could be that maybe having that many, like, I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life. I mean, you know if you have to leave or not. If you're questioning, then more than likely someone's trying to guide you towards leaving. I do see that he has strong feelings for you. I do see that he has fun with you. So if that's what you want, if that's what you're happy with, then stay. But if you're questioning at any point, doubting whether or not this is good for you, then question your patterns in your life too. Be aware of any synchronicities that might be coming your way. Be aware of what might be happening at the moment. You're going to have a lot of realizations coming to you through your third eye chakra. So be attuned to that. Try to meditate, try to drink water, try to relax and just kind of be in the moment. So that you can hear your guides talking to you, so you can hear your intuition trying to talk to you. I can't decide for you whether or not you want to stay in this relationship or not because you have free will. That's not my position here. I'm just kind of a puppeteer. I just speak words, and if it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, then leave it because it may not be for you. But if at any point in time you felt good about this reading and it made you feel better about the relationship you have with them, then that's a sign. That's a sign telling you that you should stay. If at any point the reading kind of made you feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of iffy, then, karma will never haunt me. Oh man, you're awesome. You know what? It really is just it's a mentality thing. I mean, for me personally, what I found, I'm a Scorpio Sagittarius, guys. I'm no saint. I'm no angel. I've definitely screwed some people over in my lifetime. And that's just part of being human, we make mistakes, we do things. And it's just, what I've come to understand, though, is that if you talk to yourself and if you're able to forgive yourself for whatever it is, even if you don't talk to the other person, that's the key. Even if you don't talk to the other person, if you are able to forgive your own self, then there's no, energetically speaking, there's no karmic debt that needs to be paid because it's already been forgiven. So yes. You can beat karma if that's what you believe in. Alright, Marvin, what's your zodiac sign and where you, no, I already know where you're from. You're from Baltimore, right? Alright. Oh, I love you too. And stay positive, alright? You're awesome. Alrighty, Marvin. Let's do a personal love reading for you since you joined the Sunshiner late night, early morning hangout. I feel like we should be having like some intense music, but I know someone said they like the background noise. That's right, you said that, Leo. Sorry about that, Marvin. All right, Leo. What are the messages from Marvin in love? Fellow Leo from Baltimore. Just tell me, what are the messages, Leo? Are you dealing with a Virgo, Marvin? Or an earth sign? Or are you just self-reflecting? I'm too nice. There you go. There you go. I think. True. I'm too nice. Nice. Alright, Marvin. Marvin from Baltimore. What are the messages in love for our fellow Leo from Baltimore? What are the messages in love for Marvin from Baltimore? What are the messages in love from Marvin in Baltimore? What are the messages in love that need to be spoken from Marvin in Baltimore? What are the messages in love that need to be spoken from Marvin from Baltimore? Messages in love that need to be spoken. What are the messages in love for fellow Marvin? Aha. What are the messages in love for our fellow Marvin? Alright, Marvin. Someone doesn't want to talk today. Bam. I'm seeing a lot of Hierophant energy, guys. What is going on? Alright, Marvin. You got a really long reading. Okay. Marvin. Hermit card reversed. I'll have it upright so you can see the picture. The person you're dealing with is deciding, is reflecting a lot on you. They're thinking a lot about you. They're going deep within themselves to figure out what this connection is that you guys have. Likewise, you're doing the same or else you wouldn't be here. It is reversed, so I'm sensing it more as their energy than anything else. It seems like you're really in tune to your power. Knight of Wands. So communication wise, you feel like there's a bit of a halt in the communication field. Like you have a lot that you want to say to this person, but for some whatever reason, you're not speaking it. You're not speaking your truth to them. Or vice versa, this person isn't speaking it to you, and maybe that's why you're at a halt. Because it could almost be like they're deep within their thoughts and you're used to getting, for instance, if communication means to you a text message, if you guys are the type of people who like text each other every night and every time, okay, so you're shy, so that might be it. Okay, so that could explain the lack of communication there. Being a little shy, not wanting to kind of open up your emotions or your feelings, and it's leaving you, again, emotionally kind of not so much heartbroken, but you are really intense and you're mindfully in your mind, you said a lot to this person, or you've thought about saying a lot to this person, or you have even potentially, dreamt a lot about this person. And that's tough because it's like you feel like this person is really desirable, like this person could have their choice out of all the crowd. 7 of Cups. You feel and you look at this person like they do have all the options in the world. And for you, the only option that you see is them. Like, you just want them. And that's kind of why maybe that's adding to a bit of your shyness, is you're coming to the realization that, geez, I have to face my fears. I have to conquer my fears. I suggest that you watch earlier. I did a live stream of all 12 zodiacs. Watch Cancers, because I feel like I'm getting a lot of their energy right now, so that might resonate with you. That being said, you feel like they are on top of their game. Like, if you're in school, they're the jock, they're the popular ones, they're the cheerleaders, they're the ones, that's how you see them. You see them like they are so desirable and so wanted by all that they have their top pick of all the crowd. If they wanted to, they could go out with a jock. If they wanted to, they could go out with a person who makes a lot of money. And so it's adding to your shyness level at the moment. And them, they're really deep within themselves, just trying to focus on themselves. This is also their energy. Again, if not a Virgo, maybe a Taurus, because I am seeing bulls here. But with them, they're feeling like so on top of the world at the moment that they aren't even really focused, or not really even noticing you or anyone for that matter. So even though you see them as someone who could be potentially over here, like, I'm always in a third party. I'll tell you this, since I am a Saggy too. I get third parties. I totally get it. The Saggy in me wants to tell you that anytime there's a third party, it's never really a third party. It's always, it's like a fake. It's something that, personally, from someone who has put people in third party situations, it's never truly a third party. It's always truly just like, I have someone in mind, I just don't want to let them know, and I don't want to feel lonely. So for whenever this person's busy, I want to back up for whenever I can't have them. So from their perspective, I'm telling you that. That being said, they're not focusing really on anyone other than themselves. They're full on hermit mode and Hierophant, so they're focusing on themselves. So even though it may seem like a third party, even though it may seem like it's all like fun and loose and free loving, and like this person's giving their time and attention to everyone but you, don't feel that way, because it's never quite like that. I mean, when you have more than one person, it's hard enough to be in a relationship with one person. It's even harder to be in a relationship with multiple people, because you can't evenly distribute yourself to more than one person. It's harder. So that being said, you're going through a bit of an awakening process. I always see this card as a transformation because of the reef. So it's like you're coming to the realization that if I want to be with this person, I have to speak up. I have to make them aware of my emotions. I have to make them aware of my feelings. And yes, it's scary, because it does seem like they have the potential to be with just about anyone that they want, because that's what I'm picking up. It's like crazy. Like, damn, you find this person like super attractive. 9 of Pentacles, like, they're in their power, and that's what I mean by them being full on hermit mode. Like, they're not paying attention to anyone and anyone's offer, because they're so like into themselves, almost like, not narcissistic energy, but like they acknowledge their beauty, they acknowledge their desirability, and they feel confident, and that confidence can sometimes be scary. But you're lacking that confidence. If you were to be at their same level confidence-wise, then there would be no reason this person can't say no to you, or can say no to you, because how are you going to say no to someone who's your match, someone who's your equal, someone who is at your level? Or better yet, coming from someone who, does, what if I married her for a fake joking? Yes! This story is getting juicier and juicier. That's too funny. Well, you know what? You already sealed the deal with her Like it or not, she's stuck with you. Oh, man. That's how you felt? You felt like it was fake, or that's how she felt that it was fake? Or was it like an agreement between friends? I don't know. There's a lot of different reasons why people do this. This was weeks ago. Okay. I mean, Judgment card. 6 of Cups. Yeah, you're justifying it for yourself. You're justifying, the reasons behind doing that. She's justifying the reasons for doing so with you. But it seems like you were the one who followed through with the offer. Like, maybe you came in and were the hero of the day and helped her out by doing so, Marvin. And that's why she's trying to justify it at the moment for herself. Like, did I really just force this person to marry me just to help me out? Even though I don't 100% like resonate with him at the moment. Or maybe she does resonate with you, and maybe for whatever reason she's just in her head about it, and she's just not being open to the realization that she cares about you. Either way, it seems like you kind of were the hero in the situation. You kind of came in and like were like Superman for the day and just kind of came in and saved her. Does she really like you? 9 of Pentacles. I'd say she likes herself a lot. I'd say that you offered to her and she accepted graciously. So yes, I'd say she does like you. How deeply rooted that connection is, I don't know. What I do know is that, it's hard at the moment for you. And you're gonna go through a lot of moments of self-doubt. You're gonna be questioning if other people are involved, or did I do the right decision by putting myself in this position. But at the end of the day, I mean, look at all her pentacles, man. I mean, she could have extended that out to anyone. She could have accepted it from anyone, but for whatever reason, she accepted it from you. Logically speaking, if you have the capacity to be with any other person that you want, but you accepted the offer from this one person, I mean, I'm no rocket scientist to be able to figure out that she does have feelings for you. However deep those feelings may be, I feel like only you would be able to find that out for yourself. Just whenever you're around her, whatever emotions you get, I'll share this with you just because we're friends, Marvin. 3 of Cups was at the bottom of the deck. So just be wary of it. It seems like you kind of already know that there's a bit of a third-party situation brewing. And I'll repeat to you something, Marvin, again, that I did mention in a previous video. There's a lot of different ways of caring for a person. There's a lot of different ways that people can be in a relationship. Some people look at relationships like they see it in the movies, like one-on-one. Other people have more of like an expansive view on relationships and being together and committed with someone. Some people look at it from, well, if I'm able to love my brother and my sister and my aunt and my mom and my dad and my little brother and my cousins, then it's clearly obvious that I can love more than one person at the same time. So why on earth would I limit myself to only loving one person romantically? So if she's that type of person, don't take it as, oh my gosh, she doesn't love me. It could be that she does genuinely love you and she does genuinely care for you and she does definitely want to see something successful come out of this. But it could also be that just because she feels that way for you doesn't mean she won't also potentially feel like that, with other people. Because that could be it too. I don't know. You feel like jumping in the world? Ay, ay, ay. Fun stuff, guys. Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna pull some oracle cards for you too, Marvin, to kind of help you, because I feel like that tarot reading was rather vague. So let's get a little bit more in depth with the oracle cards. Oracle cards for me are almost always on point, whether I like it or not. They always come out. Whether I'm in the highest vibration that I can be, the message for me always comes out crystal clear with oracles. So let's see what we can do for you, Marvin. All right. What are the messages in love for Marvin from Baltimore? The messages in love for Marvin from Baltimore. What are the messages in love for Marvin from Baltimore? What are the messages in love for Marvin in Baltimore? What advice or messages do you have for Marvin from Baltimore? Fellow Leo from Baltimore, what are the messages in love that you have for Marvin? What are the messages in love for Marvin? What are the messages in love for Marvin from Baltimore? What are the messages in love for Marvin in Baltimore? What are the messages in love? What messages or advice do you have for Marvin, fellow Leo from Baltimore? What are the messages in love that you have in the highest light, positive, from Marvin from Baltimore? What are the messages in love and light for Marvin from Baltimore? What are the messages in love and light that you have for Baltimore? The messages in love and light. What are the messages in love and light we have right now for Baltimore and Baltimore? What are the messages in love and light that you have at the moment for Marvin from Baltimore? Alright, Marvin. I don't have anyone at work and I don't leave the house. You know, it's tough being alone or feeling alone, isn't it? But the good news is you don't have to be alone. And you're not alone. You're not alone now. You don't always have to be alone. Whew. Quite a story for you. Alright, Marvin. Flames of wisdom, followed by transformation, root chakra, Archangel Gabriel, meditation, crown chakra, followed by abundance. So I'm going to read this out to you like a story. I am open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. You're opening up to your spirit guides, opening up to your intuition, opening up to me, to potentially giving you a message that may resonate with you, may help you, may guide you in whatever way. Transformation. I journey within to meet my higher self and to find true happiness. Again, remember how I said I couldn't make those decisions for you? You have to figure out for yourself. Go deep within you, because you know. You'll find out for yourself. You'll be able to figure out for yourself whether or not what it is that's happening is true or whether it is that's happening is false. But only you will be able to figure out that for yourself. Root chakra. I have everything I need to survive and grow in the physical plane. So whether or not you're alone, Marvin, or whether or not you feel alone sometimes, you don't have to feel alone. You have everything that's necessary for you not to feel alone. You have the ability to tune in on this channel. You have the ability to call a friend or call her, whatever the situation may be. You have people in your life who do care for you and, will help you grow. Archangel Gabriel. I invite Archangel Gabriel to bring hope and intuition into my life. So it seems like this isn't the only time that you've, been feeling this way, whether it be in love, whether it be in finances, whatever it is that it may be. Channel in to your spirit guides, ask for your guides to help you, ask for your guardian angels to help you, whatever it is that you believe in, if you believe in God, pray to your God and stuff like that. Whatever it is that makes you feel whole spiritually, hearken to that and ask for assistance. Meditation. I meditate daily to allow universal wisdom to flow through me. Make sure that you take time for yourself every day to be mindful, to learn, to grow, to accept. When you take time to breathe and just be in the moment, it does wonders for your body, for your soul. It opens you up. Crown chakra, you'll need that. I know I am part of Source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. So you're opening up, or you're about to open up. Maybe you've been having some headaches recently. That's common. When you first start waking up to the realization that you can have anything you want in life, it can create itself. It can come out in physical ailments at times. Abundance. I am grateful for the abundance nature and the universe provide in my life. So you are blessed. Even though it may not always seem that way, you are blessed. You have a lot of things to be grateful for. You have a lot of reasons for which you could be happy, for which you should be happy. You're a mess, Marvin. How you don't have her phone number? That should be the first thing you have. At least, please tell me you at least have her Snapchat. Or you have her on Facebook or something. Or do you guys just like go to each other's houses? Do you just creep on her in person? Ay, 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 hombre. Woo! Marvin. That sucks, man. That sucks. I mean, you creep. You're gonna be like the Lonely Island and do the creep. Do the creep. Hey, I mean, we're all creepers in our own way, right? I mean, what else is social media for? I mean, I'm sorry. Facebook wasn't invented for stalkers. Snapchat was invented for, like, pervs. Instagram was invented for, like, I don't know, wannabe models and, like, players. What was Twitter invented for? I don't have one for Twitter. Oh, man. That's rough. That's real rough. Well, you found a way the first time, right? Gossip, yeah. Oh, okay. There you go. Twitter's for gossip. Okay, I got that. I get that. Alrighty, guys. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's mega super late, or super early, depending on where you're at. This is fun, and I'll probably start doing this more often because, Marvin, I don't want you to be lonely, right? And I, like, never sleep. So, what better way to spend my time than to, you know, talk to you guys. But have a beautiful, amazing, sunny day, and I hope that you guys enjoy yourselves, okay? I'll probably have some tea. Oh, have you guys seen the moon yet? If you guys have not seen the moon, please go outside and do so. It's beautiful. We actually just recently had a full moon in Aries, if you follow Western astrology. Full moon in Aries. I can actually do another video on, like, planetary alignments and where the planets are at the moment. Let me know if that's something that you guys would want to watch. But other than that, please leave me any questions, comments down below, ideas for other new potential random videos like this. I started in the beginning talking about cuspers, like cusp babies, what that is, and the most difficult ones that there are. So let me know what you guys want to see, and if you do join in the future with these, I'll be more than happy to do more readings for you. Anyway, stay awesome, stay sunny, stay amazing, and remember that you are loved. You are someone's reason to smile. every day, every single one of you, because you're at least mine. All right. Bye.